Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of VSTAR Radio, and I am a little bit croaky this morning. But I need to tell you about a reprint which has been confirmed for VSTAR Universe, that really awesome set over in Japan, which has been kind of translated as Crown Zenith over here. Although, as I've explained to you before, Crown Zenith and VSTAR Universe are not the same. They do have the same kind of general fancy secret rare cards and all of that, but the major difference between them is Crown Zenith is largely a catch-up set where they are showing us a whole bunch of stuff that's been released in Japan that we haven't had, which I am all in favour of. I mean, you know, that Pikachu as an example. Whereas over in Japan, it is largely a reprint set where they're reprinting a bunch of really good cards, and obviously if you're over in Japan, the idea of picking up VSTAR Universe and just getting a whole bunch of really playable cards really easily, that's got to be awesome. I adore that. That is absolutely wonderful. So, I've been hearing rumours. People have been posting rumours online that there isn't going to be a reprint of VSTAR Universe. That was not true. Not only was it not true, but spreading around things that aren't true is a very bad thing. Because here's the deal. If people say there's going to be no reprint of VSTAR Universe, that kicks in FOMO, your fear of missing out. Which means all those people that are waiting to see, should I pick it up, should I not pick it up, all of a sudden have to run and pick it up before it's too late. Which raises the price dramatically. And it's not true, ladies and gentlemen. It's not true, and that's a problem. I can go now and show you the VSTAR Universe is still widely available on eBay. Here's just one example of a listing where VSTAR Universe is available in Japanese, because there's all kinds of other Asian languages, your Chinese, your Indonesian, etc., which are coming out now. So if you're buying on eBay, please do be very careful that if you want the Japanese version, be careful you are getting the Japanese version, but it's still readily available for sub $100. And there are still a bunch of resellers you'll find online that are selling it sub $100. It is out there. If I go to Amazon Japan right now, I'm not picking it up for retail. We still haven't had the giant reprint, which is getting it below that, and I believe we will, incidentally. I believe we are going to get that giant reprint, which brings down the price very nicely. We're not there yet, unfortunately. However, I can still pick it up over on Amazon for about 9,000 yen. Now, it should be about 5,200 yen, but come on. 9,000 yen ain't too bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's not great. I am not pretending that it's great, but I absolutely am telling you that we're not a, hugely expensive time yet. And the thing is, if everybody believes that it is about to go out of stock and not come back, we will get to the ridiculously expensive time. And here's the thing. There is no reason to believe it's not getting reprinted. Because most of the time, and I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time when people say there isn't going to be a reprint, what they actually mean is, I have asked some distributors and they haven't heard of a reprint. And I'm sure it should go without saying, that I haven't heard there's going to be a reprint, and there isn't going to be a reprint. They are not the same. They are very, 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 very different. One of them is wait and see, it might be okay. And the other one is buy it now while you can, because once it goes out of stock, and it will, right? Once it goes out of stock, it will start climbing up quite dramatically. I've told you over and over again how Vmax Climax just kept coming into stock over and over and over again. And that was on release way worse than VSTAR Universe. Way worse on release. And it took a while, but we finally started getting more and more and more prints. And eventually it started getting really, really cheap. It's not really, really cheap anymore. Nowadays, you're looking at about 13,000 yen for a booster box, which is not ridiculous by any stretch of the imagination. It's about 50% more than you'll pay, just a little bit less, than VSTAR Universe at this stage. But the difference is It's not coming back. So, sure, it's 13,000 yen right now, but this is going to keep going up and up and up. You're not going to get this cheaper. This is not going to start going down in price. Vmax Climax is over, and you're not getting it cheap. So here, 13,000 yen is expensive. Yeah, you're probably going to have to spend 13,000 yen if you want another booster box of Vmax Climax. That's just the way it is. VSTAR Universe, not only is it not there, it's not even close. It's not even in the ballpark. It's not even in the same stadium as that. And I need to stress this because it's really, really important. There was never any reason to believe this. First of all of the rumours we had about VSTAR Universe not getting a reprint, it was all coming from, I've spoken to sources who have told me. I never saw a single shred of proof or evidence that there wasn't going to be a reprint, and I don't need statements from distributors, because they're not going to come out and give us that. That doesn't happen. Look at Amazon. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, if it was actually true that there was going to be no reprint of Vmax Climax, and that was actually being spread around and was actually happening, you would not be seeing 9,000 yen for a box of VSTAR Universe. You'd be seeing 15,000 yen. The thing about Vmax Climax is, it's gone up to 13,000, but that was in stock at retail for months. And frankly, a lot of people got what they wanted. That hasn't happened to VSTAR Universe, so if it was actually going out of print, we would see a much, much more dramatic price rise. You'd be looking at least 15,000 yen. If there was actually not going to be a reprint, it would be way more expensive. The fact that there are a number of shops selling on Amazon for 9,000 yen proves conclusively that this rumour about there being no reprint is a lie. I don't know who's spreading the lie around. I don't know where the lie started, but it is a lie. And probably a lie started down the line by someone selling VSTAR Universe that wants to make a bunch of money off it. But I've shown you that Amazon is 9,000 is about right, honestly. For a fairly recent set, which you can't just go into a shop and buy, about 9,000 is about right. That is about what you should be paying. So, it's about the right price on Amazon, and it's still under $100 on eBay. Why would anybody believe it was confirmed there wasn't going to be a reprint? So a few people on Twitter know there's not going to be a reprint, and that is definitely true, but all the people selling the product are completely unaware of it and aren't raising their prices. Yeah, sounds about right. There was never any reason to believe this, and I'm sorry, but this is really important. There was never any reason to believe this, and we need to know this for the future. For when we see these rumours being spread around again in the future, and they will be, we need to know this. Go and check eBay, go and check Amazon, go and check a bunch of other Japanese sites. See what's happening to the price. Because if the price is not raising dramatically, one of two things is true. Either it's not real, this whole no reprint thing is a lie, or there isn't going to be a reprint and you know about it, but the people who make their living selling the cards don't know about it, even though you do. Does that honestly sound realistic? The thing is, I can prove conclusively 100% with absolute certainty that there is definitely going to be a reprint of VSTAR Universe. I can prove it to you with absolutely no question and no possibility whatsoever of being wrong at all. Ready? They've opened up another lottery for it on the Pokémon Center Online. Now, annoyingly, the lottery has since closed. So, unfortunately, the lottery, if you haven't entered it yet, you have missed your opportunity to do so. It was a weekend. I was with my kids. I'm sorry. This video had to wait till today. But there was a lottery. Over on the Pokémon Center Online, there was a lottery for VSTAR Universe. And if this was out of print, there would not be a lottery for VSTAR Universe, ladies and gentlemen. It wouldn't be a case. That would be ridiculous. The idea of a lottery would be ridiculous. Now, it is showing as sold out now, but it is important to note that, like I say, the lottery sale, it was going until Sunday Japan time. There was literally a lottery going until Sunday Japan time. You can see it on the screen right there. Lottery sales acceptance period, January the 20th to January the 22nd. And the result announcement is after February the 2nd. And delivery schedule sequentially from February the 10th. They literally just did a lottery sale of VSTAR Universe. Now, I cannot tell you for certain whether there's going to be another one. But do we honestly believe there's going to be a reprint of VSTAR Universe? And it's only going into the Pokemon Center online? And they're not sending some out to shops? And again, we've seen this before. We've seen this with Vmax Climax. Very sought after set, sold very well, got reprinted into the ground. Remember that the Pokemon Company, like the vast majority of businesses, is a profit-making company. Their goal is to make money. That's not a bad thing. That is what the vast majority of businesses do. They've got a set which is going to sell very, very well. If they reprint it, it's going to sell very, very well. This profit-making business is basically guaranteed to make money if they reprint this set. Do we think the profit-making business wants to make money? Yes. Yes, they do, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they do. And I know that Scarlet and Violet have just come out, and I know that Scarlet and Violet is a new block. And I know that Pokemon are going to want to reprint that. All of this is true, and all of this is completely fair. But we're not talking about a set which is a year old or 6 months old. We're talking about a set that came out a month ago. We've got a set which is not very old, which is selling very well, that people really, really, really want to buy and will make the money if they sell it. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You know and I know that it makes perfect sense to reprint this. It makes no sense to stop it, and they've literally just done a new lottery on the Pokemon Center online, so no. And the real message here is, don't believe random messages from people saying it's not going to be reprinted. I get these messages all the time, telling me there is or isn't going to be a reprint. And you'll notice that although I bring these videos to you, I don't bring them to you all the time. I bring them to you when they are believable. And sometimes I might get a tip which is true, and I don't bring you a video on it. And the reason is super duper duper simple. I am not going to bring you news of a reprint or something being out of print or whatever until I am sure that it's true, because I want to make sure I'm not spreading around misinformation. Be very careful where you get your information from. I saw this take about VSTAR Universe not being reprinted, and it's official. I saw that being shared by a whole bunch of people, and it was literally never true. This stuff needs to be ignored. For now, ladies and gentlemen, we've definitely got one reprint. I would be willing to bet we're going to have more. I don't think we're done with this set yet, but I want to know what you think about this and about Crown Zenith and whatever else you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord where we chat about various things, and you can even get shout-outs on the channel. Like the lovely Tom the Game Nerd, who's one of our newer supporters and is a very lovely person. So thank you to Tom for being a lovely person and for the support. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.